Last year, Tucker Michaels was your champion. He's moved up to the finals at 140, jumped 2 weight classes, leaving some room for a brand new champ at 130.
In fact, at that weight, we're going to see last year's final matchup from 30 in Michaels and Webster from Custer.
The rematch is set. Both put on a few pounds.
Yeah.
Little muscle.
Little muscle.
I'm sure actually it was probably all muscle.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of that is cheesecake.
That's after your wrestling career. You use cheesecake.
40 seconds to go in the second. We're still tied at 4. Smith of Yankton in red on top. Got the upper hand, looking for the leg. 18 seconds to go. Smith
trying to lever Osmond over for 2, but it won't get it done. 9 seconds.
Got the advantage, got that arm. Can he score before the end of the period? 3 seconds to go. 2, 1, and that's it.
Stop.
Second period comes to a close, tied at 4 apiece. Osmond will start on the bottom in the third period. Looking over the replay.
Smith is taking the optional start. He's going to give him one just as an automatic.
Beautiful move by Smith to tie that match up. Got the trip, threw him to the mat.
Now Smith has allowed Osmond to score, but Smith believes he can get the takedown to take the lead here. Is why he did this.
Osmond does pick up the point. Takes a 5-4 lead. Minute 40 for Smith to make it up. Is that a risky move at all? I'm just talking about giving that point away in a matchup where nothing's a guarantee.
Well, obviously Smith believes that he can take Osmond down, or he wouldn't do that. If he didn't think he could score that way, he would risk riding Osmond out and see if he couldn't score in another way by turning Osmond or some other form. But obviously Smith believes he can take Osmond down. Maybe he's picking up that Osmond's getting winded. There definitely isn't quite the action that there was early.
The confidence factor is definitely there for Smith. Walks into the championship match at 31-2. I suppose at this point in time, if you're going to give away a point in the championship matchup, you're definitely confident in yourself. You can get it back.
That's right.
Smith has a minute to do so. Knocking heads. Osmond in purple and black, trying to push him away a little bit.
Now, Osmond's got to be careful here, because as he's backing away like that, the refs are going to pick up on that, and they're going to hit him with a stalling call if he doesn't watch it. He's got a warning without a penalty, but the second one would become a penalty, and that can be a factor late in the match.
30 seconds to go. It's a 5-4 matchup. Smith shooting for the leg.
There's the warning for stalling against Osmond.
Osmond just kept backing away. Knocked out of bounds. 24 seconds to go.
Now, if they hit him with stalling again, it'll cost him a point, which will tie the match up. Osmond's in on a shot.
Osmond
this is to his
grabs
advantage.
the leg.
Smith managed to counter. He's looking for a standing switch.
They've each got a leg. They fall out of bounds. 13 seconds to go. The coaches, they definitely have a little energy left.
Yes, they do. That woke him up.
10 seconds to go.
Smith has got to take a shot here.
Osmond leads by 1. Smith going for the leg. Going for it. He can't get it.
Jeff Osmond is the champion at 130 pounds, 5-4.
Sean Smith can't believe it. Osmond is thrilled. Sean Smith falls to Jeff Osmond of winner. The winner is a winner.
What a way to
takes it
cap a
5-4.
tournament like he's had. Just a fantastic tournament.
Turns it on, finishes 31-8 on the year, and is your champion at 130 pounds. Right now, we'll swing it over to Dana West with the 125-pound placing for the Class A State Wrestling Championships.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to direct your attention to the award stand for the presentation of awards to the wrestlers in the 125-pound weight class. In 8th place, Eric Holtgren, Brandon Valley. 7th place, Ben Curtis, winner. 6th place, Jesse Bludor, Watertown. 5th place, Cody Severson, Sturgis. 4th place, Jared Martin, Rapid City Central. 3rd place, Thad Walla, Sioux Falls, Roosevelt. 2nd place, Matt Van Osdo, Mitchell. And your champion at 125 pounds, the record of 31-0, Jordan Sands, Madison. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Jordan Zenz at 125. The 130-pound champ is Jeff Osman. At 135, we're just about set to go. It is Andy Everson of Mitchell, 33-1, taking on Pierce Jesse Boyer. An amazing story. Boyer comes into the state tournament at 9-10, a sub-500 record, wins 3 matches, and he finds himself in the finals.
Yes, this was a Cinderella kind of story here.
Everson in gold, Boyer in green and white. Locking horns. Boyer moved into the finals with an 11-9 win over Justin Lindsley of Watertown.
Let's go. Come on, right here.
Everson knocked off Jamie Anders of Rapid City Stevens to make his trip. 7-6 in that matchup. Wrestlers flying out of bounds. We remain scoreless.
Wrestling for the championship, Andy Everson of Mitchell was a state placer in 1999 and 2000. And his opponent, Boyer of Pierce.
Everson has been here before. Not a champion, but he's qualified 2 straight years.
Out.
Last year's finish for Everson was a 5th place or 4th place finish last year at 130 pounds. He placed 5th the year before, so he's a 2-time place winner.
Looking to climb the ladder to number 1.
Yes,
5-4, and he'll either get 1st or 2nd. 135-pound championship, Class A state wrestling championship is on the line.
He's a nephew of Mitchell's winningest wrestler in Doyle Everson from back in the 80s. 3-time champ for Mitchell.
He's got the right bloodline now.
Yes, he does.
2-0 lead right now at this point for Everson. Everson locking horns, rolls Boyer over.
Everson is a cradler, in case you haven't noticed yet. He loves that cradle.
Locking up, and he picks up a couple. Make it 3.
Now leading 5-0.
Gets 3 for the near fall, leads 5-0 over Jesse Boyer. One of the new features of the state wrestling tournament. If you weren't here on Thursday, they had the dual championships. You were here for them.
Yes, I was.
What were your thoughts on it? A lot of the coaches seem to be real excited about the dual championships. A lot of extra matches for the wrestlers, but it looks like it was a lot of fun.
It was. You know, the extra competition is definitely been well received. There's some little things about the mechanics of it that need to be worked out. That was the only negative I really heard, or that I even feel. We need to iron some things out, but this was the first year. That was to be expected.
Everson at the end of 1 period takes a 5-0 lead over Jesse Boyer. If you weren't here on Thursday, the championship went to Sturgis. They knocked off Watertown 25-22. Sturgis slid by Rapid City Stevens in the semifinals. Stevens seems to be taking it out on everybody in the individual circuit.
Yes, they do.
Couldn't get the dual title, but they'll get the team title. On the Class B scene, it was Howard over Harrisburg 36-29. So the inaugural version of the duals championship go to Howard in Class B, Sturgis in Class A. Then it's good old-fashioned individual wrestling on Friday and Saturday.
That's right.
And it all comes down to this at 1:35. Right now, Andy Everson has a 7-0 lead over Jesse Boyer. Everson looking to lock those hands.
Looking for that cradle.
Gives it up and instead grabs onto Boyer's arm.
Bring down. Get your knees back. Set. On.
Referees Claire Donovan this time. From Spearfish.
Everson's got the head, got the leg. Everson in the gold side by side with Boyer.
Those gold uniforms were quite a controversy in Mitchell. Mitchell for years has been in black. And Coach Andy Tate ordered these old gold uniforms and got a lot of comments, let's say.
Are you saying Andy Tate wasn't the most popular man in Mitchell for a while?
Well, Andy's pretty popular in Mitchell, but his decision to buy those singlets wasn't the most popular.
Back up your base. Back up your base right now.
Black or gold, his man is doing very well.
Yes, he is.
Everson with a 7-0 lead, 25 seconds to go in the second. They're looking sharp. They're looking sharp, oh.
Oh, yeah. I have to admit, my son loved that uniform when he was on the team.
Watch that arm. Watch the arm. Keep working.
I think Andy brainwashed them all. I was one of the vocal ones against it, so.
Let's go.
Is that why you scowled at me there for a second?
Oh, yeah.
7-0, 7 seconds to go in the second period.
Set bottom. Tap
Everson
on.
Mitchell on top of Boyer of Pier.
Everson doing a nice job of covering Boyer.
Everson tosses him away. Boyer picks up a point in the last second of the period. Cuts the deficit to 6. It's 7-1 entering the third.
Hold it.
As a coach, I'd question Andy's
What's that?
giving that 1 point away so late in the period so easily.
On.
But it's not like it puts him in danger or anything here. So.
Everson let Boyer go at the last second, gave up a point, but does lead 7-1 in the third. Rolling around. Boyer
wants to chin drop Everson, but Everson spins too quickly for that to happen.
Keep working.
head-to-head, locked tight.
There's 1 point for Andy Everson. Brings the match score to 8-1. Everson leading Boyer.
Everson on his feet, drops to a knee. Kind of late to feel each other out.
Everson scrambles. He'll get 2 right on the edge of the mat there.
Everson spins, keeps the leg in bounds, and he does get the deuce. Stretches the lead to 9 at 10-1 with 1:07 to go.
Set.
Everson 33-1, looking for the state title. Boyer at 12-10. Got to be happy in the position he's at, though.
Yes, he does. He's had a fantastic tournament, not unlike Osmond.
All the wins in the world doesn't guarantee a championship. Even a couple and a lot of losses can mean a championship.
That's right. That's right.
35 seconds to go in the third. 10-1 Everson.
Keep working. Keep working.
We talk about the ratings all the time too, but you know that's why we wrestle these out, because there's no guarantees.
That's why you hit the mat. Most polls across South Dakota had Rapid City Stevens or Sturgis in the top spot at the end of the year. Rapid City showing why they are number 1. Everson doing the same.
Mitchell's Andy Everson is state champion at 135 pounds. There's what I like to see. Boyer immediately got up and patted Andy on the back.
Everson lays claim to the title, taking it by a count of 10-1. Toss it over to public address announcer Doc Michael for the announcement of the 130-pound champions.
Again, we would like to direct your attention to the award stand for the presentation of awards to the wrestlers in the 130-pound weight class. In 8th place, Phil Greenfield of Sioux Falls, Lincoln. 7th place, Tyler Ephraimson of Aberdeen Central. In 6th place, Mitch Walker of Madison. In 5th place, Travis Jewett, Cheyenne Eagle Butte. In 4th place, Chris York of Watertown. In 3rd place, Jared Inhofer of Sturgis. Runner-up at 130 pounds, Sean Smith of Yankton. And your 2001 State A 130-pound wrestling champion with a record of 31-8, Jeff Osmond of Winner.
Congratulations to Jeff Osmond. The 5-4 win in the finals at 130. On the way next, 140 pounds, Tucker Michaels, Jared Webster, 145, Jason Orrell, and David Ingalls. It's all on the way live from the Rapid City Arena. It's KELOLAND Television.
My name's John Woolard. I rescue alligators for a living.
John Woolard is one brave guy.
It's pretty exciting.
But would John Woolard ever insure his car with some kind of cut-rate car insurance?
Cut-rate car insurance. I'm not that brave.
Be like this State Farm customer and go with a reliable State Farm agent. Now save up to 35% on State Farm car insurance. To find out if you qualify, call your local State Farm agent. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I expected a customer guarantee with my new car. I never expected a guarantee with my cable service. But I got one from Mid-Continent Communications, which is why Mid-Continent Communications is such a great entertainment value. They told me if I wasn't satisfied with my new service within 30 days, I'd get a full refund. No questions asked. I didn't need to take them up on the offer, but it was still nice to know it was there.
Mid-Continent Communications, connecting you to the future.
And now for something dramatically different from Dodge. The all-new Dodge Grand Caravan. Simply put, it's the best minivan ever from the people who invented the minivan. And now with low 0.9 financing on most caravans, you'll find the different may actually be even better. Dodge Caravan. Different.
Daddy, can I have some cheese?
Sure, honey.
This is my friend, Mr. Giggles. He wants a piece, too.
Mr. Giggles, huh?
Yeah, he really wants some.
Well, Mr. Giggles, why don't you go get a job so you can buy your own cheese?
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Oh, I see you met Mr. Giggles.
Ah, the power of cheese.
6 matches down, 7 titles to go. It is the State A Wrestling Championships live on KELOLAND Television, live from the Rushmore Plaza Civic Center. And that is the State Farm fan cam. Straight out of the crowd, he's running a camera for KELOLAND Television. At 140 pounds, the championship is on the line. Tucker Michaels of Rapid City Stevens, Jared Webster of Custer. 82 wins between these two. Should be a great matchup.
This is. These two have gone at each other for years. In fact, This was last year's final matchup at 130 pounds.
Tossed on 10 pounds. Let's get it on again.
Yep. Last year, Michaels prevailed, but as you can see, Webster's in to score early.
Webster in the purple, Michaels in the blue. And Webster does pick up the first 2 points of the match and takes the lead. Webster riding him hard in the back. Out of bounds. Michaels is a sophomore. Webster is a junior. Two of the young talents in South Dakota wrestling.
Webster, this is his third appearance in the finals and has yet to win one, so he wants this one bad.
Last year's 140-pound champ, Simon Altoff. He stayed in 140 but lost in the quarterfinals to Aaron Lunstra, who went on to lose to Tucker Michaels.
That's correct.
Action! Action!
Webster of Custer has a 2-1 lead. The escape point for Michaels of Stevens.
Webster tries a drag. It comes up short. Picks up a single leg.
But does get the leg.
Does get the single leg. He's up with it. Michaels doing a good job of countering.
Holding tight around the neck.
The points. Improve. Improve.
Can get into some awkward positions out there, but as we mentioned earlier, nobody's going to give an inch. They'll stay in that awkward, weird position.
Yep, that's right. These kids are too good. They know better than to just collapse just because things don't feel quite right.
Good hustle, guys.
23 seconds to go. The officials agree. Good action. 20 seconds to go in the first. 2-1 lead. Webster of Custer on top.
Referee for this one is Dan Speck from Sioux Falls.
Finish in there.
5 seconds to go in the first.
Referee Speck told me he'd pay me if I'd talk about how good looking and what a great ref he is. So.
He's getting his airtime now.
Yeah.
Red wants down.
Michaels trailing Webster 2-1 after one.
Cover on top.
It's got to be one of the toughest jobs in sports, being a wrestling official.
Webster with a reversal. Nice move. Nice switch move.
Webster does pick up the points and takes a 4-1 lead.
Keep it on.
I say that it's a tough job, such a tough job, just because so much is left to their interpretation of how many points should be awarded, when it's worth it, when it's not, and fans may be on their case, but usually they're right.
It's actually more cut and dried than you realize. It's just that the fans aren't always quite as knowledgeable as you think. Now, I'm defending the refs because I am an ex-ref, so keep that in the back of your mind.
Never wrong.
I believe the phrase was never act like you're wrong.
Always in command.
That's right.
4-2 is the count. 1:05 to go in the second. Webster of Custer, Michaels of Rapid City Stevens. The hometown favorite is down 4-2.
You notice on every match there's also an assistant ref. His job is not to be to actually make calls as much as to communicate with the head ref as to what he sees on the opposite side, the offside.
How important is that in a championship matchup like this? Just to have a second set of eyes watching exactly what you're watching.
Very important, because that head ref, it's difficult to be, you can't be in two places at once. There's just no two ways about it. And sometimes you can see something from a different angle than where you're at. You try to always be in the right spot, but that doesn't always work out for you.
They've got it covered from every side. 20 seconds to go in the second. 4-2 is the lead. Webster of Custer leading Michaels. Michaels looking for the upper advantage. 10 seconds to go. Can he get the point?
Looking to take Webster backwards. He's gonna turn him for a 2-point reversal here. There it is.
Down, and he gets it. They're waiting for it. No. Nothing. The second period does come to an end.
Blood green. Come on over.
And no points are awarded.
Okay. Well.
Cut and dry, huh?
Except in certain situations.
4-2 is the lead. Watching him on the mat. Just couldn't quite get over the top of him.
I thought he was going to take him over there for a second. But...
Following wrestling, following volleyball, the boys State B basketball tournament will be live in Aberdeen March 15th through the 17th. It's live on KELOLAND Television and www.keloland.com. Catch it either way, catch it both ways. It is the State B basketball tournament live from KELOLAND Television. It'll also be aired on South Dakota Public Television.
Tough 2. Finish it strong.
Getting into that busy time of year. We got the high school playoffs. We got the March Madness of college basketball. Right now, it's a whole lot of action on the mat. The third period is underway. And Michaels looking to get those 2 points.
It's definitely a fun time of year, isn't it?
It's also a very busy one.
Yes, it is. for people like you.
More fun than busy. Webster of Custer is on top. Jared Webster, 40-2 on the season. Michaels, Tucker style, 42-3. Got into the finals with a 15-9 win over Austin Lundstrom.
They have a 1-point escape for Michaels.
Now it gets real interesting. Michaels can pick up a move. He could win the match.
If he'd manage a takedown, he'd be a 1-point up.
4-3. Webster has the advantage.
Michaels looking for that single leg. Front headlock.
Warning goes red. Warning goes red.
Webster is warned for stalling. That could be critical here before we get done. Michaels is in.
Grabs the leg. Gets inside. Looking to take Webster down. 40 seconds to go. Knocks him down. The crowd wants a deuce. Nothing yet. Michaels trying to stay in bounds.
There's 2. Michaels takes the lead 5-4 as they go out of bounds.
Tucker Michaels, 1-point advantage, 5-4 over Jared Webster.
Looks like we have a little blood time. Michaels must be bleeding.
Check out the action on the replay. Right on the edge, keeps the feet in bounds, and there's the 2. Much to the disgust of Tucker Michaels.
This has all of a sudden turned into a very exciting match.
All right. Put it in then. Let's go.
The State A Wrestling Tournament coming up Monday, March the 5th at midnight. Is going to be rebroadcast on KELOLAND.com as well as South Dakota Public Television. If you missed it this time, watch it again, watch it a second time, tape it and watch it some more. It's the State A Wrestling Tournament live right now. It'll be rebroadcast on Monday, March the 5th at midnight. 5-4, here we go.
Down, that's red, jumping.
False start on Webster.
Set. Cover
Again,
top.
he's got a caution. He's got 2 of those he can play with.
Tucker Michaels.
Michaels throws the legs in.
Holding strong, 25 seconds to go.
Webster can't just lay there. He's got to somehow get Michaels loose. And
the man from Stevens has a lot of support on his side.
Stalemate.
Stalemate is called, 12 seconds to go.
It's obviously a hometown crowd right now.
Webster needs the escape. Michaels just leans into him, locks into him. All of a sudden he finds himself on his back. 3 seconds to go. He's not going anywhere.
Michaels upsets Jared Webster. For the 3rd consecutive time, Webster fails in the finals.
Webster, 5th place, 4th place, 2nd place. He'll get another shot next year. Tucker Michaels, a sophomore from Rapid City Stevens, the Raider, is your champion at 140 pounds. Right now, let's check out 1 through 8 on the podium, 135-pound champions.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, your attention to the award stand for the presentation of awards to the wrestlers in the 135-pound weight class. In 8th place, Aaron Haddock, Sioux Falls, Roosevelt. 7th place, Denny Grocott, West Central. 6th place, Vance Hawley, Spearfish. 5th place, Jeray Wire, Madison. 4th place, Justin Lindsay, Watertown. 3rd, Jamie Anders, Rapid City Stevens. Your runner-up, Jesse Boyer, Pierre. And your champion at 135 pounds with a record of 32-1, Andy Everson Mitchell. Congratulations.
Andy Everson is your champ at 135 pounds. The Colonel is the man. At 140 pounds, the champion, Tucker Michaels. Talking a little bit about it. Webster had the upper advantage all year long. Michaels bounces back. We move on to 145 pounds. Jason Orrell, 33-5 of winner. David Ingles of Watertown, a perfect 34-0. Both men wrestling in purple. Winner, Jason Orrell, is in the black and purple. And the man from Watertown, David Ingles, with the gold trim, picks up 2 quick points.
Good set by the man. We're going to go optional start. Top on.
You heard him refer to the optional start again. That's called the parterre start. Borrowed from freestyle wrestling. Sometimes you'll see a man just turn a man loose with that. Other times you'll see them look for a little different twist on their start. Ingles is in quick.
You wondered what I meant by encyclopedia of knowledge at the beginning? That's it. Mark Kaufman of Mitchell. Travis Fawcett alongside Mark. It is the Class A Wrestling Championships live on Kellerland Television from Rapid City. 4-2 is the advantage for David Ingles.
Both up, guys.
How tough is Ingles going to be to beat? 34-0 on the year.
Ingles is a very tough cookie. Without a doubt, he's the favorite. Orrell's a good kid. He's tough. I don't think the experience or the intensity is there that Ingles has got.
Ingles dives in, grabs the leg, takes the upper hand, and picks up a deuce. 6-2.
Orrell is still a young wrestler. He's just a sophomore.
Orrell the sophomore, Ingles the senior. 145-pound champ a year ago was Jesse Wood of Millbank. We'll see him at 152, and what a matchup that should be. Pair of defending champions, Nate Altoff at 135, Jesse Wood 145. They'll meet up next at 152. First up, they'll crown a 145 champion. David Ingles with a 6-2 advantage late in the first.
Ingles was the runner-up at 45 last year as well.
Easy on the crossface.
So he is experienced in these finals matches here.
7 seconds to go, the 6-2 lead. Friendly tap on the back. And Ingles will go into the second period with a 4-point advantage, 6-2.
Red, up, down, neutral, defer. Red defers, green, down. Stay set now. Top on.
Ingles down. Orrell on top. Ingles gets up to his feet. Looking for the escape. Orrell grab him by the foot.
Take him to the mat.
Trying for a trip.
Goes round. Ingles the escape. Picks up the point.
You hear referee Barry Kelly from Rapid City.
Ingles out of bounds hard. No points awarded. 7-2. Ingles locking head with Orrell. Orrell moved into the finals with a hard-fought win over Josh Vanderwerf, 6-2. Vanderwerf of Lennox. Ingles moved on, knocking off John Forrester of Lincoln. 3-2 is the final there. Speaking of 2, there's 2 more for Ingles. Takes a 9-2 advantage.
What you don't see is one of the favorites earlier in the year, Jack Benny, who is actually from Rapid City Stevens, was upset by Vanderwerf of Lennox. So
Vanderwerf knocked off Benny in the quarterfinals. Beat him, doubled him up 6-3. 9-3 is the count. 45 seconds to go in the second. Ingles very patient. Not going to make any risky moves. This time gets him by the leg. Trying to take down Orrell. The knee's out of bounds. Take it back to the center of the mat. Ingles leads by 6.
Ingles is also a transfer into the Watertown system a couple years back. He was wrestling for Hamlin County. Moved to Watertown, and it's been a very good benefit to the Watertown squad, no doubt.
Marv Sherrill, definitely a man to learn some wrestling knowledge from as well.
Definitely of the active coaches, he's one of the oldest and most respected in the business. By the way, Marv, in case you're listening to this later, I'm not trying to, stress the old, but you are kind of old.
He's a veteran of the sport.
Veteran of the sport. That's a better way to put it. There we go.
Starting the third period, a 6-point advantage for Ingles, 9-3. Sherrill is one of the great coaches on the high school scene in South Dakota.
A lot of people don't realize wrestling is one of, if not the oldest sport in history. It is recorded to have been in the very first Olympics, you know. And it was also rumored that Marv Sherrill was one of the coaches in that Olympics, too.
He wasn't actually wrestling. He was one of the coaches then, even. Ingles in purple with the gold trim. Orrell in the purple with the black. Little mat slapping going on. 1.5 minutes to go in the third. 9-4 the advantage for Ingles.
Guys, let's go.
Ingles is in and out.
And if Marv does watch us at a later date, none of those comments came from me.
I will probably get a call.
Just over 1 minute to go. 9-4. Ingles and Orrell tied up. They call the stalemate.
Keep working, guys. Keep working.
It's a battle to the end, no matter who's on top, no matter what the score is. Officials want them to keep working as hard as they can. Under 1 minute to go. 9-4 the advantage.
It is a fact, though, that wrestling was in the first Olympics.
Come on, guys, let's go. Shot.
The Marv thing, I don't know about it.
60 seconds, go hard.
That's a little flimsy. .45 seconds to go, 9-4. Orrell looking for anything he can get. Ingles not giving a thing.
Circle, circle.
Not going to give an inch. He's got a 5-point lead. He wants to keep it.
Your feet's on the line.
Nice move by Orrell. Just about got him, but they were both out of bounds. .30 seconds to go. David Ingles about to be crowned your 145-pound State A wrestling champion.
Ingles looking for a high-low here.
Ingles rolls him around, picks up 2 more.
11-4.
5 seconds to go. Orrell attacks, knocked out of bounds with 2 to go.
He'll get 1 for that. 11-5.
There is is your champion, David Ingalls of Watertown, knocking off Jason Orrell by a count of 11-5. Congratulations, Mr. Ingalls.
We're going to see a lot more of this Orrell kid in the future, I'll guarantee you. A sophomore competing at this level.
Orrell not able to pick up the win, but gives quite an effort and ends up falling by a count of 11-4. Right now, let's swing it over to the podium for the 140-pound champions. It is Doc Michael.
We'd like to direct your attention to the award stand for the presentation of awards to the wrestlers in the 140-pound weight class. In 8th place, Tyler Olenkamp of Sioux Falls, Washington. 7th place, Scott Rao of Aberdeen Central. In 6th place, Adam Keller of Millbank. In 5th place, Ben Portillo of Yankton.
That means that Sturgis.
In 4th place, Austin Lunstra of Brandon Valley, who is in the hospital. At this time, accepting will be a teammate.
No, neither.
In 3rd place, Justin Mosier of Belle-Fourche. Runner-up at 140 pounds, Jared Webster of Custer. And your 2001 State A 140-pound champion with a record of 40-3 from Rapid City Stevens, Tucker Michaels.
Our congratulations go out to Tucker Michaels. Our thoughts and prayers to Brandon Valley's Austin Lundstrom, who is at the hospital once again. Coming up, more wrestling action. 152 pounds, Nate Althoff of Watertown, Jesse Wood of Millbank. It's going to be a great one. 160, Sean Carroll and Joe Kenton. It is the Class A Championships live on KELOLAND Television.
Hi, I'm a consultant.
I'm an engineer. I'm a computer specialist at Martin & Associates.
Here in Mitchell, South Dakota. We're a national leader in providing service to the telecommunications industry.
We're the one company
with a unique combination of engineering,
consulting,
and computer solutions for improving telecommunications for everyone.
Making us the one source for solutions. And making us proud to be from South Dakota.
See you around.
Martin & Associates, the one source.
When you're moving up in the world, when your assets just keep growing, when your drive to succeed comes with personalized place, when you finally earn that office with a view, when you wrap up that big deal. We've got the insurance and investments you'll need. Farm Bureau Financial Services. Just say when, whenever you're ready.
You better believe a pain like this, from a soul like this, will go on like this, live on like this, and look like this, give you pride like this, 'cause it's true.
Get Easy Care Premium Formula Interior Semi-Gloss Enamel, just $18.99 per gallon at your local participating True Value Hardware store.
True Value Paint. Great paint, great store.
Integrity, innovation, accountability, and community commitment. That's how Touchstone Energy Cooperatives bring customers, large and small, quality state-of-the-art technology at affordable rates. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives already serve millions of businesses and homes all across America. We are your local electric cooperatives, bringing you the power of human connections.
Good evening, KELOLAND. I'm meteorologist Scott Munt with another weather break. First of all, look at KELOLAND live Doppler. Snow continues to fall across central and eastern KELOLAND, and it is heavy at times. In fact, we've had up to 6 inches reported in Plankington, 4 to 5 inches in Huron, and 4 to 5 inches also in Gregory and Lake Andes, and also 5 inches in Chamberlain. In fact, we've had numerous reports of people stranded in Hutchinson County, and they have also pulled the plows off the road. We'll continue to give you updates as conditions do warrant. Now back to state wrestling.
Welcome back to the Rushmore Plaza Civic Center. That is the State Farm fan cam being run by Big Stone's Matt Van Lift. Knows a thing or two about the sport. He's a 189-pound wrestler at Millbank High School. And this is definitely a match to watch. 152 pounds, a pair of defending champions. Nate Althoff of Watertown at 135 pounds in the purple. Jesse Wood of Millbank is in the maroon. He was the champ last year at 145.
This promises to be a barn burner.
Feeling each other out, knocked out of bounds. The first 30 seconds has gone by scoreless. Althoff marching in at a 34-11 clip in the 152-pound class. Jesse Wood at 40-3. Both fantastic wrestlers. Did it take Althoff a little bit while longer to adjust? I mean, jumping up 17 pounds, is that where the 11 losses come into play?
I don't know necessarily. Watertown has a very, very tough schedule that includes a lot of Minnesota, North Dakota type teams. They're no strangers to each other either. I mean, they've met 3 times this year, and Althoff has actually got the 2-1 split.
Circle in.
They've wrestled 3 times already. This one, just a little importance out there.
Just a little bit more important than the rest.
The 152-pound championship is on the line. Under a minute to go in the first. We remain scoreless.
Referee Jerry Hershoff just warns Althoff, though, for backing out. So he's already got a stalling warning.
Althoff going for the leg, grabs it, knocks him to the mat, and picks up the deuce. Althoff strolled into the finals, knocking off James Pummel of Spearfish by a count of 5-3. Gets the upper hand here, knocked out of bounds. Still leads 2-zip.
Pummel, in spite of these two both being returning state champs, was the #1 rated wrestler throughout the year this year.
Pummel entered the tournament at 35-2. Picked up multiple wins, had a great year, but got knocked off in the semifinals this morning by Althoff.
Pummel's only losses until that time were all to out-of-state wrestlers, Montana and Wyoming.
Jesse Wood was able to knock off Pat Moran of Rapid City Stevens in the semis. 5-4 decision there. He's 40-3. And the best part about it is we may see these two back at it again next year. They're both juniors.
We very well could.
5 seconds to go in the first. That'll do it. 2-1.
2-1.
Nate Althoff has the lead over Jesse Wood of Millbank.
Okay, be still, Red. On.
Talking about the team scene, Rapid City Stevens pretty much wrapped up the title. Is Watertown's team point record in any trouble? They scored 184 to set the mark last year. Rapid City Stevens right now 170.
Well, I tell you what, Stevens has got some big horses coming up, and if they have their way and they win those matches, it very well could jeopardize that point total.
Last year's finals, Watertown scored 184. Rapid City Stevens, showing just how powerful they are, scored 178, broke the record themselves, but ended up finishing in second place. Speaking of powerful, Althoff picks up 2 more, takes a 4-2 lead.
In all reality, I think even with a perfect finish on the tournament, Stevens would fall just short of that record, but I know they would be in that ballpark.
Rolled out of bounds, knocked out of bounds. Jesse Wood picks up a point, cuts the lead to 1. Stevens has 5 finalists on the mat. A couple have already gone. Sturgis 1, Watertown 2, Mitchell 3. Those are some of your big guns. 40 seconds to go in the second. 4-3 lead for Althoff. Althoff shooting, coming up short.
How to jockey in for position.
Circle in.
Coming into this matchup, what kind of was your gut feeling on this matchup? Watching, you know, both powerful, Althoff and Wood. Either man could come out on top. Althoff's won a couple of them, but your wrestling expertise, what do you see in this matchup?
Well, I tell you, they're very, very similar wrestlers in my mind. So far this year, it's just been a trade back and forth. Althoff won the first, Wood won the next, Althoff won the third. You know, they've had very similar tournaments. This in my mind has been almost impossible to call this one.
What does it do as far as your mindset, though? I mean, you've seen a guy 3 times coming in.
Oh.
You know, they know each other.
Exactly. You learn to wrestle each other. And when you're at this level, you know, there isn't a whole lot else you can throw at them besides the kitchen sink, you know.
Althoff doing a little plumbing there. Picks up a point. Gets the escape and leads 5-3.
Circle in. Watch the edge. Circle. Circle. Center.
Trying to work him back towards the center of the ring. Get back to the center of the mat, working towards the edge.
Circle in.
Minute and a half to go in the third. It's a 5-3 advantage for Althoff.
Althoff definitely keeping the edge of that mat in sight.
Wants to keep in bounds. To let the clock run anyway. Doesn't want to fall down anywhere near the middle, though.
No. That's what I mean. Oh, nice move by Althoff.
Wood was going for the fling and flop. Althoff just kind of slid it off and fell right on top and picked up 2.
Kind of shucked him past and made it pay.
Althoff with just over a minute to go in the third.
Althoff choosing the optional starting position.
Optional start, red. Optional. On green.
You hear referee Jerry Hershoff from Rapid City here.
He's going to hold him in as long as possible, burn a couple of seconds, and let him go, let him pick up a point. 50 seconds remain between Althoff and a 152-pound championship. Talking a little early about Marv's squad not having a real good morning, semifinal round, but they always seem to bounce back when it counts.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't have a disastrous morning, but they didn't have the morning that they expected to have, I don't believe. Well, there's no believing about it. They just didn't have the kind of morning I think they would have liked to have had.
Powerful move for Althoff. Drops him to the mat, and with 20 seconds to go, the lead grows to 5.
I know in their minds, when they came into this morning, they thought they might actually be able to challenge for that #1 spot.
11 seconds remain. Althoff by 5.
The other side of it is outdistancing Sturgis so that they couldn't challenge them for the 2nd spot. And that just didn't happen. Sturgis has remained in position. But
1 red. Neutral.
Althoff throwing down Wood. Picks up a point, but that is your final. Nate Althoff of Watertown is your 152-pound champion, knocking off Jesse Wood by a count of 9-5.
And you saw that sportsmanship we like to see again as Wood patted Althoff on the back for his win.
Tough matchup, and the win goes to Nate Althoff of Watertown. Right now, let's find out 1 through 8 who did what. The 145-pound class. We'll throw it over to PA announcer Dana West.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention to the award stand again, please, for the presentation of awards to the wrestlers in the 145-pound weight class. In 8th place, Philip Keller, Milbank. 7th place, Cyrus Hawkins, Sisseton. 6th place, Josh Vanderwerf, Lennox. 5th place, Jack Benny, Rapid City Stevens. 4th place, John Forster, Sioux Falls, Lincoln. 3rd place, Brandon McElwain, Belle-Fourche. 2nd place, Jason Oro, winner. And your champion at 145 pounds, David Ingalls, Watertown, undefeated at 32-0. Congratulations.
It's got to be a great feeling standing up on that podium and knowing you're best in the state. 145 pounds, Dave Ingalls picks up the title. The next title that is on the line, 160 pounds, Sean Carroll of Sturgis marches in at 43-4, taking on Rapid City Stevens' Joe Kenton, 31-8, and a couple of people behind Mr. Kenton in this match.
Yes, there is. This is a match. This is the same matchup as we saw at the Region 4A Championship, in which Kenton came out on top.
Kenton comes out blazing, picks up the first takedown, picks up 2 points, gives one back on the out of bounds. Carroll picks up the point. 2-1, Kenton in the lead. Talking about knowing each other, seeing each other. What's it do to you when it was just a week ago?
Yeah, well, that's exactly right, because these guys had seen each other at least once or twice prior to that, because I know Carroll did. Well, Carroll and Kenton met at the Mitchell tournament, and Carroll won that match in overtime by 1 point. They've been close all year like that. Overtime matches, 1 point matches.
Crowd definitely behind this match, these guys. Kenton of Stevens, again. Carroll of Sturgis, and that's 2 more.
Oh, is he wrestling with emotion? Look at him. He pushes Carroll off. He is confident. He's got him now.
Kenton just marching in, stalking. 4-2 lead. 55 seconds to go in the first.
I think Coach Tim Wishard's biggest problem is going to be keeping Kenton under control so he doesn't get overconfident here.
Being that confident with 35 seconds to go in the first period, not a bad situation to be in, though.
Right. Kenton's got Mitchell roots. His dad actually attended Notre Dame High School and Mitchell High School. Notre Dame until it dissolved, and then he actually graduated from Mitchell High School back in, I believe it's the 60s.
Work center, guys, work center.
20 seconds to go. (4-2). Kenton has the advantage over Carroll of Sturgis. Kenton in the blue, Sturgis man, Carroll in the black.
No hair.
Knocked out of bounds, 3 seconds to go.
The referee for this one is Tim Weiss of Aberdeen.
That is the end of the first. 4-2 is the count. Kenton leading Carroll.
Green to first.
Take a peek at the strength, the power of these gentlemen. They've got it all. Kenton getting on top of Carroll, and as you mentioned, as soon as it was over, he just got up and just tossed him away, does the same there.
Let's do her again. Come on.
Doesn't want to roll around on the mat. He just wants to be face-to-face, head-to-head, and get it on.
He knows his strength is on his feet, and that's where he wants to be.
Kenton, Carroll, just about out of bounds. They are. Doesn't get any better. The emotion on the mat, on the sides of the mat with the coaches, into the stands. Everybody just on their toes.
Oh, yes. Well, and obviously, not only is this a Rapid City hometown crowd, but the Sturgis people are almost like hometown. They're here, too.
About 40 miles down the road.
Carroll in on a leg. He's not going to get it, though, before they go off the mat.
No, that's not two.
Carroll rocked and knocked Kenton out of bounds just about into the scorer's table.
Neutral.
No points awarded. Back to the center.
Sturgis coach Steve Kessler trying to get a warning for fleeing the mat on Kenton, but referee Weiss says no, it's not there.
Not a bad trip to make tonight from Sturgis down to Rapid City. If you're trying to go east to west, though, good luck.
Yeah.
The interstate is closed once again from Mitchell to Chamberlain. Having some bad weather out in the eastern part of Kettleland. Out west, we are under the spotlight of the Class A Wrestling Championships. Travis Fossen alongside Mitchell's Mark Kaufman.
Kenton countering a shot by Carroll there as they go out of bounds.
The 160-pound championship at stake. 40 seconds to go in the second. Kenton came out of blazing, confident, ready to take on the world, and he leads 4-3.
Kenton again is in blue and Carroll's in black. Kenton's in on a leg. Carroll tries to knock him out of balance. They'll go off the mat with no control.
Good move, good thoughts by Carroll, though. As soon as he got that left leg, did Kenton.
Reacted
Carroll
well.
Just kept kind of sliding away, getting out of the way.
He knew he had to get Kenton off on a hip, and that's exactly what he did. Knocked him off balance so he couldn't finish his takedown.
Carroll trying to get side by side with Kenton. Doesn't work out. 5 seconds to go in the second. Locked head to head, and that brings the second to a close. 4-3. Joe Kenton of Rapid City Stevens leading Sturgis's Sean Carroll. It is the finals of the 160-pound weight class of the Class A championships.
Coach Tim Wishard's over there telling his man Kenton, "You've got 2 minutes to go. You got to wrestle for 2 minutes yet."
Kenton has a favorite return from Carroll, just pushes him away and picks up a point. 5-3. At this point in time, Carroll, knowing that the defense isn't going to win it for him, it's going to be an offensive move that picks up the championship.
And his chances of getting a takedown and throwing Kenton to his back for the big points are here. It's not going to happen on the mat.
Minute and a half to go in the third. 5-3 the lead. Joe Kenton on top.
He needs that big 5-point move just to get in striking distance. That won't even win it for him. Won't even tie it for him. He can't settle for a 5-point move. He has to pin Kenton.
Locking up near the edge. Knocked out of bounds.
There's
2 points
for Carroll.
Carroll picks up the deuce and ties it at 5.
Coach Wishart again reminding Kenton he's got another minute to wrestle here.
Taking a look at the replay. The leg was locked near the out of bounds. Falls out of bounds, in control. Picks up the deuce, ties it up. There's the point right back for Kenton. He takes the 6-5 lead. It all comes down to this. Under a minute to go. Kenton leading Carroll by 1.
Kenton has got to finish this match.
Carroll looking to shoot for those legs. Wants it, needs it.
They go off the mat. They'll restart on their feet in the center. 41 seconds.
41 seconds between Kenton and a state championship. Carroll wants the same. Carroll grasping for that leg. Kenton backing away, out of bounds.
Sturgis coach Ketzler trying to get the stalling warning. Isn't getting her done.
20 seconds to go. Carroll's got the leg. They're down to the mat, holding each other tight.
There's no control, but Kenton can pin himself, you know.
10 seconds to go. 6-5 is the lead. Kenton on top of Carroll. Out of bounds.
Off the mat.
That leaves Carroll in a tough position. Only 4 seconds. Just shoots for the legs. Grabbing the back, and the time expires.
To Joe Kenton. Joe Kenton is the champion, 6-5 at 160 pounds.
Hard-fought match, and Joe Kenton picks up the title at 160 pounds, knocking off Sturgis's Sean Carroll. 6-5. Carroll falls to 43-5 on the year. Kenton finishes the year at 32-8, and what a terrific run.
Yes, it was.
The awards are ready to go for the 152-pound class. Let's toss it over there now.
We'd like to direct your attention to the award stand for the presentation of awards to the wrestlers in the 152-pound weight class. 8th place, Corey Stein of Madison. In 7th place, Kevin Daly of Belle Fourche. Sixth place, Justin Schlecht of Sturgis. In fifth place, Steve Atkins of Lenox. Fourth place, Pat Moran of Rapid City Stevens. In third place, James Pummel of Spearfish. Runner-up at 152 pounds, Jesse Wood of Millbank. And your 2001 152-pound champion with a record of 32-1, Nate Althoff of Watertown.
10 down, 3 to go. It is the Class A Wrestling Championships live on KELOLAND Television. 3 classes to go, 171, 189, and the heavyweight duels. Up next at 171, Jason Dietrich of Stevens, Brian Kraus of Millbank. It's on the way live next.
Sun comes up, sun goes down. Energy and information flow all around. What you need for all you do. Communications for business, too. Cool summers, winters warm. Solutions to help your business perform. At Northwestern, we're the same way. Innovative service and solutions every day. And the sun comes up and the sun goes down.
People around here value longevity. We're drawn to the solid, the steady. It's in our nature. It's the way we are. And it's why Dakota Care has become our state's most dependable provider of health care coverage. Created by South Dakotans for South Dakotans, Dakota Care has delivered years of consistency, value, and performance. Dakota strength, Dakota stability, Dakota Care, South Dakota's own.
Dr. Charles O'Brien for Sioux Valley.
My colleagues and I have dedicated our lives to saving yours. And yet, as a community-owned and operated heart center, our greatest hope is that you will never need us. Talk about your risk of heart attack with your family physician. Take the steps you need to take. And know that if you need us, one of America's best heart centers is the one you already own.
The Communities Hospital, Sioux Valley, one of America's best.
Kevin Gausted coordinates life-saving organ transplant care at the world-renowned Mayo Clinic. Pianist Eric Apland performs at the command of our nation's commander-in-chief. Don Endress built 2 multi-million-dollar internet companies in South Dakota within 1 decade. What do these people have in common? They're all graduates of South Dakota State University. You can go anywhere from here.
Good evening, KELOLAND. I'm meteorologist Scott Munt with another check on your weather. Here's a look at your KELOLAND live Doppler. Snow continues to fall across eastern and southeastern KELOLAND. And yes, the interstate is closed between Chamberlain and Mitchell. And now we have reports that the interstate is closed between Brandon and the Minnesota border. You can see that we do have the snow continuing. It is heavy at times, especially into east central and extreme eastern areas of KELOLAND, where they can see the heaviest snow between 6 to 12 inches, still calling for 4 to 8 inches in Sioux Falls. Enjoy the rest of the wrestling meet.
Not a pin to be found, 2 major decisions. Otherwise, it's been good old-fashioned struggling wrestling. Been close matches, each and every one. 171 pounds, probably not going to be any different. 33-8, Jason Dietrich of Rapid City Stevens. Brian Kraus of Millbank, 34-9. Similar records.
Very similar. In fact, though, Kraus pulled one of the big upsets of the tournament to be here, beating #1 rated Jason Anderson of Sturgis.
Anderson was 35-2 coming into this tournament. Kraus pulled off the 6-4 win over Anderson.
And the match was not as close as the score.
Dietrich in blue, Kraus in the maroon for Millbank. You see a lot of the same names from year to year.
Yep.
Now, a lot of the same names, but doesn't guarantee success once you're here.
Doesn't guarantee success. Dietrich is actually a three-timer here at the state tournament. However, he is a transfer to Stevens from Lennox this year. So his previous 2 appearances at the state were with Lennox.
Really?
Wearing the Raider blue and silver with pride. Kraus in the maroon for Millbank. Kraus, of course, 6-4 win over Anderson. Dietrich picked up a 3-1 win over Jeremy Huber of Yankton. 6-4 over Huber. 40 seconds to go in the first period.
Dietrich in on a single leg.
Got a hold of it. 30 seconds to go. Looking for the takedown in the first score.
And he'll get it. Oh.
Just about had it. He won't get it.
They're not going to give it to him. Referee Chet Jones from Sioux Falls.
Had the control, but Kraus bounced right back up. Fell out of bounds with him. No points awarded.
Kraus scores 2.
Kraus spins and picks up the deuce and takes a 2-0 lead with 15 to go. Flying around off the edge of the mat. Got to have that support in that direction or somebody's going to end up on a table.
Yeah, you notice a lot of people jump when they get over there.
8 seconds to go.
He's a pretty good wrestler. Huh?
That is the end of the first period. A 2-0 lead for Kraus over Dietrich.
Did he have a brother?
Second period about ready to go.
Did he have another one that wrestled about 89? Didn't he?
Dietrich down low. Kraus on top.
Kraus just trying to keep Dietrich off his base. Dietrich gets it back here. Wants to get those knees up under him, get a good base to work from.
171-pound championship is on the line. 2 titles remain.
Dietrich on a hip, tries to spin out. Looking for a switch. He'll get one as they go off the mat.
Wrapped around, spins out of bounds, and the lead is cut in half. 2-1. Dietrich picks up the point.
The 1-point escape, of course, is awarded for a loss of control.
Yeah, I know. I've been talking.
Brand new champ at 171. Last year's champ, Tyler Dahl of Watertown, graduated, of course.
What does your religion say about that?
Separating, ready to lock back up.
I don't know.
2-1 is the lead.
Our referee Chet Jones has been a legislator, state legislator for from the Sioux Falls area.
That was 81.
Knows the system, wrestling and law.
He was a wrestler himself for Northern, as I understand it, a heavyweight for Northern.
45.
Dietrich in deep. They'll go off the mat, though, before he can score it.
52.
Locking in, but not able to take advantage of it. .28 seconds to go in the second. 2-1 the lead for Kraus. Feeling each other out. A little slapping going on. Locking hands.
Jockeying for position, as we say.
But if you get rookie time,
you're not going to grab a guy or able to get the advantage on him. Just slap him a little bit.
Dietrich is in on what we call a high crotch takedown. Head outside.
Just a little bit too late. Dietrich can't get it to go. Second period comes to a close. Kraus leads by 1. How much attention do you pay to the clock when you're out there on the mat? Is that kind of up to the coach?
Well, you need to know. I mean, you can't watch that clock. The referee's going to ding you if he sees you watching the clock. He's going to assume you're stalling. Of course, you can glance up, but if you're watching it, you don't want to see too much of it.
I'm guessing it's all about positioning. Dietrich, of course, would have liked to have started that move with more than 5 seconds to go in the period.
Right.
But it wasn't available until then.
Exactly. You know, at every break, you're going to be glancing at that clock, seeing what you have left as you restart. You depend on your coach to kind of clue you in once in a while, too. I mean, that's part of the job there.
Sat on the edge of the mats yesterday watching these matches, and of course the coach is yelling and screaming every once in a while. Minute and a half to go, minute to go.
Yep.
I suppose that's all you're going to get out of them. Coach probably catches you looking up at the clock. They're not going to be very happy either.
They're not going to be happy either, because you need to be tending to business.
1:16 to go, 2-1 lead in the third. 171 title on the line. Dietrich trailing Kraus.
Another problem that can come about is a wrestler who misunderstands the score. He might glance up and forget that he's red or he's green. Yeah.
At one point now, with under a minute to go in the third, does Dietrich just let him go, give him the point, and try and lock horns with him? He's in a tough position right now, being on top.
Right, because he needs to have time to do it, and he's losing time now.
Clock is down to 40
Kraus
seconds.
Is going to reverse him and go ahead by 3. Match score now 4-1, Kraus.
Dietrich dug himself a hole, and he fell into it. 30 seconds to go. He trails 4-1. Kraus, the 171-pound title on the line. Dietrich needs the 1 and then a move. 18
he doesn't just need a move. He needs a move that'll take his opponent to his back.
He needs a good move, though.
Yes, he does. He was looking for a Peterson roll there on the edge, but there just wasn't room to do her.
Needs the escape in a hurry. 14 seconds remain. Kraus is just going to lock tight, lock in. And the Millbank fans know what's going on. The hands go up in celebration. And Brian Kraus is the champion at 171 pounds, knocking off Jason Dietrich of Rapid City Stevens by a count of 4-1. Dietrich improves to 34-8. Kraus falls to 34-10. The records were even for the most part. This match was dead even. But Kraus comes out on top. Time now for the 160-pound awards. We're going to swing it over to PA announcer Dana West for the presentation of 1 through 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we'd like to direct your attention to the award stand for the presentation of the awards to the wrestlers in the 160-pound weight class. In 8th place, Jason Hill, Millbank. 7th place, Justin Fuller, Belfouche. 6th place, Kyle Broderson, Lennox. 5th place, Aaron Hultgren, Brandon Valley. 4th place, Robert Steen, Watertown. 3rd place, Justin Reiner, Mitchell. Your runner-up, Sean Carroll, Sturgis. And your champion at 160 pounds, Joe Kenton of Rapid City Stevens, with a record of 30-8. Congratulations.
Kenton loving every minute of it. What a hard-fought match. Knocked off Sean Carroll 6-5, and he is crowned the champion. 2 remain at 189 pounds. It's up next. Luke Neely, 22-5 of Rapid City Stevens. Steve Muller, 25-3 of Lennox. And this should be another fantastic duel. Neely of Stevens in the blue. Muller in the black, white, and orange of the Orioles for Lennox.
This has been a weight class that's been up for grabs all year, Travis. It's just everybody has beaten everybody except for Muller. Now, Muller is one of the few that hasn't traded wins.
Muller comes into the match 25-3. Neely 5 defeats, 22 in the win column. Coming out looking for position. Neely knocked off Nate Oviatt of Sturgis. He was 31-10. Going into the match, beat Nate by a count of 9-4 in the semifinals. Muller knocked off Caleb Teagan of Custer.
Teagan is quite a story in himself. Teagan actually is from Harding County. Was wrestling behind a kid by the name of B.J. Padden and his brother at heavyweight. Couldn't beat either one of them. Took advantage of the open enrollment. Moved to Custer and has been wrestling for Custer this year.
Unless you're going to cut a lot of weight, you don't want to be wrestling behind the Paddens.
No, you don't.
All you're going to end up with is a lot of bumps and bruises from practice time with them.
Yes, you are.
Spinning out on the mat, looking for some
Neely's
control.
in on a single. Muller uses a wizard to counter, and Muller will get the takedown.
Muller picks up the 2 points. He's got Neely on his back. Neely trying to slide out. Gets to his shoulder and now over the top.
Has he got 2 down there?
Muller picks up the first 2 points for this matchup.
2 near fall.
And he gets 2 more because he took him to his back.
Doubles him up. Watch it control, pushing off on the head. Grabs that left ankle. That's the whole key to it. Rolled him onto his back and just about got the near fall. Actually did get the near fall. Picked up 2 points for the effort, and he takes a 4-0 lead. Muller the early advantage on Neely. 30 seconds to go in the first. It's 4-0. $15 seconds remain. Muller's got the leg, got the arm, trying to roll him.
Up.
Time running down in this first period, and it is out. Muller's going to have a smile inside if it's not on his face, picking up the 4 quick points and the quick advantage over Neely.
Red down. Okay, here we go. 4-0 red. Bottom set.
Coaching staff always excited.
Going to have an optional start by Neely. He's just going to turn Muller away rather than risk a reversal.
You got to feel in a lot of those situations the coaches wish they could just go out there and do it themselves, but
oh yeah,
they're awfully animated on the sides.
I've been there too, and it's exactly what you're saying. Sometimes you wish you could just go out there and do it. And then reality sets in and you remember why it's best you don't.
Magically put yourself on the mat and on your back.
Yeah, that's right.
5-0 lead for Muller. He's got Neely up in the air. Neely regains his balance, back on the mat.
Muller chin drops Neely back. Not enough to get any points, though. Has to hold him there for a 3 count to get 2.
Drops him down, takes a 7-0 lead. Just about had 2 more, but he does pick up the deuce.
Use it down there. Watch it. Watch it. Break. Potentially.
Had the arm in the awkward position. Calling the break.
Set, you're down.
Referee is Gary Moffitt from Brookings, the Brookings High School football coach.
Bottom set, top, on.
As a wrestler and a wrestling coach, do you go through a lot of moves? Do you learn a lot of moves, or do you just kind of perfect the ones that you're the best at?
Well, you know, basically, I guess my own philosophy was, let's get everybody good at the basics, and then we try to concentrate on the kids that could handle different types based on their styles. What seems to be the type of move that's going to be best for this kid versus this kid.
Bottom set.
You know, you might have a head coach and 2 assistants, and all 3 of them may be working on different moves with different kids in the room. So you do kind of have to go on an individual basis, but how their style
imagine, though, like you said, they'll learn the basics, be prepared for anything and everything.
That's right.
10 seconds to go, 7-0 lead.
Now, most coaches have some favorite types of moves or favorite moves that they'll teach. Mitchell is known for the Peterson roll. Most people in Mitchell or in South Dakota call it the Mitchell roll. Mitchell uses it so much, but it's actually named after Ben Peterson of Iowa State.
Muller had Neely onto his back, doesn't get any points. His time expires in the second. Muller with a 7-0 lead. The 189-pound championship is on the line, and it's on the line live on KELOLAND Television. Travis Fossen alongside Mitchell's Mark Kaufman. Not a pin to be found, as we mentioned earlier, but a lot of great wrestling action.
Muller's in for 2 as he just kind of scoots underneath.
Muller absolutely dominating, has a 9-0 lead. The team standings, nobody's going to catch Stevens. They have 170 points, a 43-point advantage over Watertown. But the battle for second place is on.
Set this way.
1:36 to go in the third. 9-0. Muller in the lead.
Okay, bottom set, top, on.
The weather, of course, is a factor in all of KELOLAND, especially in the eastern and central parts of it. Interstate is now closed from Brandon Valley to Minnesota. Mitchell to Chamberlain. And Muller trying to close out the deal here at 189. Picks up 2 more, takes the 11-0 lead, and stays right on top of Luke Neely from Rapid City Stevens.
Both off.
Muller's been able to keep Neely on his belly the whole time. He hasn't allowed Neely to come up into a good base position. Of
course, we'll get you up to date on all the weather. News, weather, and sports on the way at the top of the hour. It is KELOLAND News, 10 at 10.
Work up, both men.
Of course, live Doppler, always a handy tool in a situation like this. Rain, snow, sleet, we've got a little bit of everything crossing across South Dakota right now into Minnesota. Good part of KELOLAND.
It's tournament time. We've come to expect that kind of weather.
What were we thinking? It is a tournament. Got 3 weekends worth of bad weather to look forward to.
What kind of a tournament would it be if we got there and got home without problem?
Talking to some people who made the trip after the afternoon basketball games out here. They started heading east, drove about 30 miles an hour, decided to pull into Mitchell and call it a night.
Yep.
Knowing that that last hour home was going to take about 2 or 3. 10 seconds to go. 11-0 is the lead.
We go here, here.
Got a stalling call. That'll be 1 point.
Bring him down or release him.
1 point for Neely. Referee Moffitt doesn't think that Muller's doing anything to try to pin. You can't just ride on top. You do have to try to pin the guy you're wrestling. So.
That'll do it.
11-1 is the score. 11-2, I'm sorry.
Ward on the last second point. 11-2, the major decision goes to Steve Muller of Lenox. Walked through, finishes the year 26-3, an impressive record. Muller, the senior, goes out in style, knocking off Rapid City Stevens' Luke Neely at 189 pounds. Right now, let's swing it over 171. The champion is about to be crowned. It's Mr. Kraus, and we throw it over to public address announcer Doc Michael.
We would again like to direct your attention to the award stand for the presentation of awards to the wrestlers in the 171-pound weight class. 8th place, Dusty Starzl of Watertown. In 7th place, Cole Steves of Belle Fourche. In 6th place, John Whalen of West Central. 5th place, Jeremy Huber of Yankton. In 4th place, Travis Walker of Winter. In third place, Jason Anderson of Sturgis. Runner-up at 171 pounds, Jason Dietrich of Rapid City Stevens. And your 2001 State A Wrestling Champion at 171 pounds with a record of 35-9 from Millbank, Brian Kraus.
Congratulations, Mr. Kraus. And then there was one. 12 matches down, 1 to go. The heavyweight match, 275 pounds. Chris Beets of Rapid City Stevens marches in at 28-0. Tanner Cost, 20-3 in Pierre.
For your championship.
And Mr. Beets is going to be one tough customer to beat.
Rapid City Stevens with a record of 28-0.
Beets, the story on him, tore his ACL playing football in September. Went and saw a specialist out in Denver. At the same time, quick recovery specialist. Found himself on the mat just a couple of months later after a torn ACL. A lot of people sit out 9 months to a year with that injury. Mr. Beets not only beat it, but he's a perfect 28-0 on the year and looking for yet another state championship. Won it last year.
Well, you got to know that they didn't just tear into the one knee either. They opened up both knees because they took cartilage from the good knee and gave it to the bad knee. So he actually had 2 knees to recover from, major surgery.
He was so doubtful at the beginning of the year, they didn't even list him in the program. They listed him as out for the season.
Right.
He's come back with a vengeance.
Beets was also selected to the Junior Olympic team last year, National Junior Olympic team, and actually traveled to Russia during the summer. Had a very good tournament out there. Very good series of matches.
Beets gets on the board first, picking up 2-0 lead. 2 points, 30 seconds to go in the first.
Stalemate.
Calling the stalemate. They'll bring him back to the middle.
Here we go.
Tanner Cost, 20-3 on the year, walked into the finals with a 9-2 win over Corey Johnson from Aberdeen Central. Johnson upset Ray O'Connor in the first round of Vermilion. He walked in at 37-5, but Cost got the best of him in the quarterfinals, moved into the semifinals, and did move into the finals. Beets an 18-2 technical fall in the semis. Got him locked up. 8 seconds to go. He's got a 2-0 lead. Trying to roll him onto his back. Can he get it done? 2 seconds to go. Knocked on the back. No pin, but he gets 3 points and a 5-0 lead.
Green's choice. Pierre, your choice. Up, down, neutral.
I thought it was interesting as I was pulling together my last official rating to be issued for the South Dakota Wrestling Coaches Association. One of the West River coaches emailed me and was talking about the region out there a little bit and about each of the weights. And of course, he got the heavyweight and Beets. And his comment was, Beets is a man against boys.
Showing it so far. He leads 5-0. Beets didn't use a lot of energy in the first couple of rounds. Picked up a pin in the first round in 34 seconds. Did the same in the quarterfinals, 55 seconds. Nothing like a minute 29 on the mat to get you going. He did go the distance in the semifinals, once again winning 18-2, the technical fall. Picks up 2 more. He leads 7-0 midway through the second.
He's another one of those Mitchell connections we have. His grandmother and grandfather live in Mitchell, and his dad wrestled for Mitchell in high school.
Here we go, Green. Get set.
His dad is the assistant coach at Stevens, Kurt Beets.
Grandparents probably come to you a lot asking for the updates. How's he doing?
Actually, they come to me and tell me how he did.
Proud grandparents.
Yes, they
keeping
are.
Up to date.
Harold and Norma Beets. They are sweethearts. They're out here too.
275 pounds, the heavyweight class. The title is on the line. Chris Beets of Rapid City Stevens in blue, leading Tanner Cost of Pierre in the green. 7-0 with 40 seconds to go in the second.
Here we go. Green's down. Set.
Blow the whistle with 36 seconds to go. Beats on top. Cost on the bottom.
I remember when Beach first broke on the scene, he was just kind of a skinny little heavyweight. He didn't have those bulging muscles at his shoulders.
Both wrestlers.
I kind of wondered if he was ever going to really make it at this weight.
He's done quite well.
Yes, he has.
The defending champ won it last year.
4th the year before that.
Walks in as a senior, dominating the scene, looking for 2 titles in a row. 5 seconds to go in the second, and he's well on his way to yet another title. At the end of 2, he leads 7-0 over Tanner Cost. Cost, a senior as well. Good showing. 17-8 to walk into the year, or to walk into the state tournament.
Cost didn't wrestle early in the year. He didn't really show up on the scene until about Christmas time. Not sure why. It could have been a football injury. Who knows? Same kind of thing as Beats.
Beats, perfect 28-0. Picks up the deuce. Takes a 9-0 lead with 1.5 minutes to go in the third.
That's the way Beats strikes. You'll see a little flurry, and all of a sudden he's got a reversal. He's got a takedown, whatever it is. Very good with misdirection.
Trying to lock the hands, trying to roll Cost over. 1:15 to go in the third, 9-0 lead.
Was Walker of winner. Please report.
Stalemate.
Walker of winner.
Referee is Greg Roach from Brookings again.
Stay there. Here we go. 110.
Beats locking in, holding him down. Not letting Cost go anywhere. 1 minute to go in the third. The 13th title of the night live on Kettleland Television. With Crown 12, 1 to go. And it looks like Beats is the man for the job. Travis Fawson and Mark Kaufman live from the Rapid City Rushmore Plaza Civic Center.
There's a warning against Cost. He's not opening up, just laying there trying to.
Team title is going to go to Rapid City Stevens. And they're going to cap off the night with an individual title as well. 20 seconds to go. Beats with a 9-0 lead, looking for a little bit more.
We're within 10 seconds of ending this 2001 State A Wrestling Tournament. There it is.
The tournament comes to an end in style. Chris Beats of Rapid City Stevens picks up the heavyweight championship for the Raiders. Wins by major decision, a 9-0 win over Tanner Cost of Pierre. And Rapid City Stevens collects its first team title since 1988. And Beats raises the hands in victory.
What a tournament it has been.
Not a pin to be found, but quite a great match from beginning to end. Every one of them. Time now to swing it over to the PA announcers. We've got the 189-pound champions, 1 through 8. Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention once again to the award stand for the presentation of the awards to the wrestlers in the 189-pound weight class. In 8th place, Corey Belmer, Yankton. 7th place, Jake Jacks, Brandon Valley. 6th place, Dan Svensson, Pierre. 5th place, Caleb Teagan, Custer.
These are the final team points.
In 4th place, Zach Johnson, Brookings. In 3rd place, Nate Oviatt, Sturgis. Your runner-up, Luke Neely, Rapid City Stevens. And your champion at 189 pounds, Steve Muller of Lenox, with a record of 26-3. Congratulations.
We'll crown the heavyweight champion and the team champions on the way next. It's KELOLAND Television. It is live. Class A State Wrestling Tournament.
Championships 2001, the State A Wrestling Tournament, is sponsored by Wells Fargo, The Next Stage, Dakota Care, South Dakota's Own, Mid-Continent Communications, connecting you to the future, South Dakota State University, you can go anywhere from here, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative, Martin & Associates, the one source for telecommunications solutions, and Dodge, and the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
Dream a dream. That's the advice of Vern Halter, veteran and